Or this is good. Good aim! Good aim! Good aim, Benji! Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Needle. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys my controller settings I've been using so far in Chapter 2 of Fortnite. So make sure to stick around to the end of the video where I give a little bit more in-depth explanation on all my settings and why I use them and why you should start using them too. But as always, if you guys do enjoy this video at any point, make sure to leave a like and comment what your favorite part was. And if you guys enjoy videos like this, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications to see more videos. Watch it. He's like trying to like build in the store. I am the best there ever was. I don't know why it always does that. might be away actually. Where's this good? That's a good video. Oh my god, I found some perfect nice! Benji! Good aim! Good aim! Good aim, Benji! Good aim! I hate controller players! What? Later, probably won't be once. That's what we can. Oh no, buddy. Oh, I almost blew that one. That kid killed me earlier too. Okay guys, now time for the settings, and just to show you what I've been able to do with these settings, I've been playing on them since around the start of chapter 2 when the new settings did come out. So I've been on for about 3 months now, and I've been on my binds for about a week or two now, and I've had pretty good results. Just to show you guys, my best performance I did in an actual tournament, I got 59 points in the Wednesday Solo Cash Cup. I got 24 kills, so I had a nice little balance of kills and elim. So these are good settings if you're looking to frag out and try to get higher kill games. But to show you guys what I placed in that, I ended up getting 109th right here, so I am pretty proud of that. That's my best placement I've got yet. But now let's get into the actual settings. Like I mentioned, I do play on the new advanced setting, so if any of you guys do use Legacy, the old one with the L2 spam, I don't use that anymore. I am now actually on linear to start because I know that's a big deal. Most people are on linear at this point. If you haven't switched, try it out to say the least, because linear is the way to go. The builds feel better, and overall your tracking with the AR is so much better. It's easier to actually track people while they're running and moving. Now to start with my build and edit, because I know a lot of people do look at that, I have a 1.9 build mode sensitivity and a 2.1 edit sensitivity. It doesn't really prohibit me from doing any edits that I want to do. I feel pretty fast. Obviously I'm not as fast as people who are cracked out on keyboard and mouse, but you do have the ability to hang with other people who are fast with these edit and build mode sensitivities. Now for the look and the vertical speed, which I think are probably going to be more important than anything else, I use 44 for the X and the Y. The reason I use this, it's more of like a medium sensitivity for a controller. It's not going to feel too crazy, flicky, and fast like some linear settings can feel like, but it's also not too slow where you can't turn if like someone's behind you. So this is really good for box fights and even build fights when I do have to get in close quarters. And like I mentioned, linear is really good for hip fire. So your shotgun shots and your SMG tracking is going to feel really good on these settings once you do get used to them. And for boosts and all that, I don't use any vertical or horizontal boosts at all. I don't really feel the need for the look sensitivity to use that. And then for the turning boost ramp time, I use 0. I'm not really too sure what that does. I've just seen other people use it, so I went with it and it feels pretty good. And then I have the instant boost when building on as well. Now for my favorite part of these settings, the aim down sight sensitivity, I use 1010, which it might look pretty slow if you're coming from the old settings, but it feels pretty, I don't know, it feels all right. I don't think it feels too fast or too slow, but at times when you are on linear, like when you go to track someone that's running, it can feel like kind of sluggish and like you're moving in mud. So what I've done to kind of combat that, and I've been able to beam a lot of people with this, is I put my horizontal boost to 7. And I don't know, for whatever reason, try it out for yourself. Your AR shots are going to feel so much better when you actually start hitting headshots and whatnot. So try out the boost for a little bit. You might have to go all the way to 7. You could try like 4 to 6 or something like that, because it does get a little touchy when you put it up too much. So just play around with that. And then for my ADS turning boost ramp time, I use 0.15, and it overall it feels a lot smoother and you have a lot more control, because linear can feel kind of like bobblehead like and too fast at times. So try that out for yourself. And then for the rest of the settings, I use look dampening time on 0.0. That's kind of just like how far you have to start moving your right stick before it starts fully moving in full motion, kind of like the dead zones, which I'll show in a second. And then the last thing is just my dead zones. I use 10 for each. Dead zones are pretty simple. If you have an older controller where you've worn out the right sticks, they're going to start having a little bit of drift and moving on their own. So just adjust that to your controller as you need to. You might be able to go a little bit lower if you have a newer controller. Feels fine for me. And then the foot controller, I still don't know what this does. It's a weird setting. People say it accelerates your movement, makes you run fast. I don't know what it does. It doesn't really do much for me, so I just turn it off as of now. But to get right into my binds, I did make a video last week, like going really in depth on why I did what I did, but I'll just go through it real quick for you guys. So some of the major stuff here is I crouch with my left stick, I jump with the right stick, which took a little bit to get used to, but it's good. I have my A unbound, and I actually have a software on my computer that allows me to bind a shotgun to it, so I can literally just like be in my third slot and switch right to my shotgun, so it's pretty cool. And then I use Y to edit, or triangle on a PS4 controller. I use the pickaxe on my touchpad or the back button for an Xbox controller. And then other than that, the only other funky thing I really have for my combat controls is I shoot with R1, aim with L1, and then I swap weapons with the triggers. Just preference, kind of used to it at this point, and it feels a lot better now that I switched. Build controls, all the same. Just make sure you put all your actual like combat controls in here, because sometimes like the jump and the crouch won't actually switch into here. So just make sure those are all the same. And I changed my material with my left on the D-pad, just preference. You can have it on whatever you want. And then for my actual edit controls, I use edit on release. Did not mention that, but edit on release is definitely the wave on controller. You just edit all around faster. But for when I have to reset, I initiate the reset with R1, and then I confirm it with my left trigger on L2. So a little bit for that. And like I mentioned, make sure you switch your crouch and your jump and other stuff, even your map into here, because sometimes you'll just be like sitting in a cone trying to edit and you can't pull your map out. So make sure you have all that switched. And yeah, that's all for my binds and my settings. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Let me know if you do try these out, how they are for you and how you like them. But that's all for me, guys. See you guys in the next one. Peace.